What defines a man of virtue in his relationships with women? Is it how well he listens, how deeply he understands, or perhaps the way he controls his own impulses? In a world where true connection often feels elusive, understanding the foundation of respect, integrity, and self-mastery can transform the way we engage with others, especially women. At the core of every meaningful relationship lies a simple, yet profound truth: respect. Without it, the most important bonds are bound to fracture. But respect alone is not enough. True connection is built on understanding, integrity, and a commitment to self-mastery, qualities that define a man not just by his actions, but by the principles that guide them. In our relationships with women, these ideals serve as the pillars that support healthy, balanced interactions. They are the framework that allows us to transcend fleeting emotions and shallow behaviors, guiding us toward something far more lasting and fulfilling. In this exploration, we'll uncover 9 key principles every man should embrace in his relationships with women, principles rooted in the values of respect, rationality, and emotional intelligence. These are not mere rules, but timeless virtues that lead to stronger, more meaningful connections. When it comes to relationships, especially with women, the aim is not to memorize a list of do's and don'ts or rigid rules that dictate your every move. Instead, it's about embodying principles that align with timeless wisdom, values that have stood the test of time because they resonate deeply with our shared humanity. These principles guide us toward living with honor, respect, and purpose. They remind us that genuine connection is not built on manipulation or mindless habits, but on authenticity and a willingness to grow. True growth starts from within. Before seeking meaningful relationships with others, we must first cultivate a meaningful relationship with ourselves. Are you living in a way that reflects the values you admire? Are your actions consistent with the kind of man you aspire to be? Taking the time to reflect on these questions is not just an exercise in self-awareness. It's the foundation for personal growth and better relationships. As you explore these principles, think of them as tools for self-mastery. They challenge you to examine your beliefs, intentions, and actions, pushing you to rise above fleeting emotions and societal expectations. By prioritizing growth over perfection, you allow yourself to become more thoughtful, patient, and present, not just in your relationships with women, but in every aspect of your life. After all, the goal is not to impress, but to express the best version of yourself. 1. Do not objectify women. To reduce a woman to her physical appearance or treat her as a possession is to ignore the depth of her individuality, intellect, and humanity. Objectification strips away the complexity of who she is and diminishes the value of the connection you can share. Instead, recognize women as whole individuals with their own dreams, strengths, and stories. By seeing beyond appearances and acknowledging their unique contributions, you foster relationships built on mutual respect and genuine admiration. It is through this lens that meaningful, lasting bonds are formed. 2. Do not let emotions control your actions. Anger, jealousy, and impulsive behavior have the power to destroy relationships and leave emotional scars. In moments of disagreement or tension, it's easy to let emotions take over, leading to words or actions that you might later regret. But a man of virtue seeks to master his emotions, responding to challenges with calmness, reason, and empathy. This does not mean suppressing how you feel, but rather learning to channel those feelings constructively. When you approach conflicts with a level head and an open heart, you set the tone for resolution instead of escalation. 3. Do not dismiss their perspectives. Listening is not just about hearing words, it's about valuing the person speaking them. Women bring unique perspectives to the table, shaped by their experiences and insights, and to dismiss those perspectives is to miss an opportunity for understanding and growth. Cultivate the humility to listen without interrupting or assuming you know better. Engage in conversations with the intent to learn rather than to dominate. When you genuinely value a woman's opinions, even if they differ from your own, you not only deepen the connection but also enrich your own understanding of the world. 4. Do not use manipulation. Manipulation, whether subtle or overt, erodes trust and damages relationships. Deceit, guilt-tripping, or emotional control might seem like shortcuts to getting what you want, but they leave behind a trail of resentment and insecurity. Relationships built on manipulation lack the foundation of mutual respect, and over time they become fragile and toxic. Authenticity, on the other hand, fosters trust, allowing both individuals to feel secure and valued for who they truly are. Transparency is a cornerstone of healthy relationships. It means being honest about your feelings, intentions, and expectations, Authentic communication invites openness and encourages your partner to do the same. By being straightforward and sincere, you create a safe space where understanding and connection can thrive. Remember, it's far better to address conflicts or disappointments with honesty than to resort to tactics that undermine trust. True strength lies in relinquishing control over outcomes and allowing the relationship to grow naturally. Manipulation may bring temporary gains, but genuine, lasting bonds are rooted in mutual respect and authenticity. Strive to be a partner who uplifts rather than undermines, empowering the woman in your life to feel secure, appreciated, and free to express herself. 5. Do not neglect their agency. Every individual has the right to make their own choices and chart their own path. Neglecting a woman's agency by imposing your desires or beliefs onto her diminishes her autonomy and creates an unbalanced dynamic. A healthy relationship respects each person's independence and celebrates the choices that make them unique. Respecting agency means supporting her decisions, even if they don't always align with your own preferences. This doesn't mean suppressing your thoughts or feelings, but rather recognizing that she has the right to make choices that reflect her values, priorities, and dreams. By respecting her autonomy, you show that you trust her judgment and value her as an equal partner in the relationship. At its core, respecting agency is about partnership, not control. Instead of viewing her choices as challenges to your authority, embrace them as opportunities to learn and grow together. When you honor her ability to think and act for herself, you foster a relationship built on mutual respect and trust, where both individuals feel empowered to thrive. 6. Do not place pride above connection. Pride can be one of the biggest obstacles to meaningful relationships. The need to always be right or to win an argument often leads to unnecessary tension and drives a wedge between partners. Ego-driven conflicts are a recipe for resentment, leaving little room for understanding or reconciliation. Letting go of the need to win allows you to focus on what truly matters, the connection you share. Prioritizing the relationship over your ego doesn't mean sacrificing your principles or ignoring your feelings. Instead, it means choosing to approach disagreements with empathy and a willingness to find common ground. A momentary victory in an argument is never worth the damage it can do to the bond you've built. By showing humility and being open to compromise, you demonstrate maturity and a genuine commitment to fostering harmony. Relationships thrive when both partners feel seen, heard, and respected. Letting go of pride allows for deeper understanding and mutual growth. When you prioritize connection over conflict, you create a safe and loving environment where both individuals can express themselves without fear of judgment or retaliation. In the end, it's the strength of the relationship, not the size of your pride, that defines a man of virtue. 7. Do not overlook kindness. Kindness is the foundation of any strong and meaningful relationship. It's expressed in the way you speak, act, and respond, and it leaves a lasting impression on how others perceive and feel about you. When you treat women with gentleness and respect, you create an atmosphere of trust and warmth that encourages open communication and connection. It's often not the grand gestures but the small acts of kindness that speak the loudest. Small gestures, like genuinely listening when she speaks, offering a helping hand without being asked, or showing appreciation for her efforts, can have profound impacts. These moments convey thoughtfulness and care, demonstrating that you value her presence and contributions. Kindness isn't about performative acts for recognition. It's about sincerely caring for someone else's well-being and happiness. Moreover, kindness has a ripple effect. When you approach relationships with compassion and empathy, it inspires the same qualities in return, creating a positive cycle of mutual respect. Never underestimate the power of kindness to diffuse tension, deepen understanding, and strengthen bonds. It's a simple yet profound way to show respect and appreciation. 8. Do not fear vulnerability. Vulnerability is often mistaken for weakness, but in reality, it's one of the greatest strengths a man can display. Pretending to be invulnerable or dismissing your emotions creates a barrier between you and meaningful connection. Relationships thrive when both partners feel safe to be their authentic selves, and that safety begins with openness. Being vulnerable doesn't mean revealing every thought or emotion indiscriminately. It's about sharing your true self in a way that builds trust. Acknowledging your fears, insecurities, and dreams allows her to see your humanity and fosters a deeper emotional bond. At the same time, respect her emotional boundaries and give her the space to share at her own pace. Vulnerability is a